Psalm 137. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down and there we wept when we remembered Zion. On the willows there we hung up our harps, for there our captors asked us for songs, and our tormentors asked for mirth, saying, "Sing us one of the songs of Zion." How could we sing the Lord's song in a foreign land? If I forget you, O Jerusalem, let my right hand wither. Let my tongue cling to the roof of my mouth, if I do not remember you, if I do not set Jerusalem above my highest joy. Remember, O Lord, against the Edomites the day of Jerusalem's fall. How they said, tear it down to its foundations. O daughter Babylon, you devastator. Happy shall they be who pay you back what you have done to us. Happy shall they be who take your little ones and dash them against the rock. The psalm that keeps coming into my head at the moment is this one, number 137. It's one of my favourites, apart from the last little bit, of course. We usually miss that out because it causes us all sorts of problems. But I like this psalm because I can sort of sing it. I like the Boney M version, and that's the one that I usually sing, usually in my head, unless I'm on my own. How could we sing the Lord's song in a foreign land? Or as the Message version of the Bible puts it, how could we ever sing God's song in this wasteland? We're at a point where we wonder what on earth is going on. Life has changed beyond recognition in a very short time. It feels like a foreign land. But we need to sing the Lord's song. That's not easy right now, but that's what we're called to do. Unlike most of the Psalms, this one is rooted in a specific historic incident. It comes from the situation of the exiled community in Babylon. They are literally in a strange land. They have been forcibly removed from what they know and love. They're in different conditions. They long for what has been. I must admit, one light moment in the midst of all that's going on at the moment for me was when I saw a particular cartoon. The drawing was of a couple watching a large television. It was the news, and coronavirus was written across the screen. The caption read, "How I miss Brexit." Yeah, how things change. In the psalm, the people want just one thing. They want to get home. They want normality. The pain of exile is hard. They want a different experience. It's a distressing time, a time of tears. No wonder they don't feel like singing. It's hard, very hard. But let's step back a moment as we think further about this psalm. Many of the psalms are among the most well-loved and known bits of scripture. We just need a phrase to conjure up a whole psalm. The Lord's my shepherd. I to the hills will lift mine eyes. All people that on earth do dwell. Oh, sing to the Lord a new song. This psalm, of course, does have a memorable phrase, but as I've also noted, it's got its difficult moments. It ends with the despicable and horrific wishes of the exiled Jerusalemites against their Babylonian captors. But it actually also begins with the tormenting of the exiles by the host community. Indeed, the phrase that has become so famous is a response to the mocking of the Babylonians. "Come on," they say, "sing us one of your special songs." Do you think that they were really interested in hearing that song? I doubt it. It seems to me far more likely that they were looking for a cheap laugh. The psalm is a psalm of lament. The first couple of verses talk of the people sitting by the rivers of Babylon and weeping. They've hung up their harps. And I guess we may feel something like that at the moment. How can life change so quickly? Yeah, I think the fragility of life has surprised us all. But at least we are all in this together globally. There is something pretty bad in some of what's going on, bad behaviour with panic buying, disregard of neighbour. Though, of course, many other stories go in the opposite direction. But nobody is laughing at us because this has happened, as was the case with the Jerusalemites in Babylon. Verse 3, our captors asked us for songs and our tormentors asked us for mirth. But it's no laughing matter. And so the psalmist asked, how could we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? It's going to be difficult, but it can be done. One of the key elements that contributes to that is the remembering to which the people are encouraged. If I forget you, Jerusalem, if I do not remember you, memories are so important. And I believe that to be something that we need to work with in our current circumstances. Let's remember all the good things that have happened. Let's remember the good times, the good experiences. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with looking for them to return. It is true that sometimes we look back to golden days that actually were not so golden. But that's not what we're concerned with here. There is nothing wrong with having good memories, treasured memories, allowing them to encourage us to think that we might return to a better day. That's the line the psalmist takes here. Remember all the good stuff and look for the moment when it will return, when it will come back. I do think that to be a lot of what we need here. The Old Testament theologian Walter Brueggemann puts it like this: to endure with sanity against despair requires an alternative vision and distance from the present forced feeding. If there be tolerance for or accommodation with the captor, the stubborn resolve of the victim will soon evaporate and there would be no homecoming. You know, I want us to be stubbornly hopeful. That's what we need to be if we mean it when we say that Jesus is the light of the world. I don't like the way that this psalm ends. It's pretty gruesome. But let's see it for what it actually is, an expression of passion. And actually, we do need to be passionate for God, because then we just might make a difference. And so as we find ourselves in this strange land of coronavirus, let's consider just how we can sing the Lord's song, how we can demonstrate our confidence that Jesus is the light of the world. A prayer from the Prayer Handbook for 2014, written by Neil Thorogood. Let us pray. Great Shepherd, in our search for safety, we come to you. In our longing for rest, we come to you. In hope, we come. Many voices lay claim upon our lives. Many choices touch us. And we wonder at the crossroads which way we should turn. In these times, help us to hear your voice again. Speak the word that comforts and protects, that reassures us of your persistence with us. We who know what it is to be small and at risk adore you. For you do not play games or give up. You stay, and we are saved. Amen. Amen. God bless you.